Will there be a Fantastic Four reboot? The projected Fantastic Four relaunch by Disney will need the services of a new director. According to Deadline, Jon Watts, who directed all of the Spider-Man movies that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has produced, has decided to step away from the project. Watts is claimed to have left ways with the company on good terms instead of concentrating his efforts on other projects, such as an original picture for Apple starring George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Hello everyone and welcome to another video on our channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at will there be a Fantastic Four reboot? Yeah, you heard it right. So let's start our video. Watts was hailed for injecting new life into the Spider-Man series with his take on the legendary character Tom Holland helmed. His concept resulted in Spider-Man No Way Home, one of Marvel's most lucrative pictures. With Watts agreeing with Feige that the split was amicable, he thanked Marvel for the chance to work with them in the first place. Watts claimed that his participation in producing 3 Spider-Man films was a tremendous informative experience. I will always be thankful for the opportunity to work in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the last 7 years. I hope that we will be able to collaborate again, and I can't wait to see how the incredible concept for Fantastic Four will be brought to life. This is only the latest recent setback that will ultimately lead to the franchise's collapse. After a very difficult production, the Fantastic Four movie that Josh Trank directed in 2015 is generally considered one of the worst failures in the history of Hollywood. It was panned by critics as well as by fans of the franchise. A significant number of backers had the belief that Disney's reputation for professionalism would be beneficial to the success of a relaunch. Marvel Studios may restart the Fantastic Four franchise sooner rather than later. The long-separated mutants and their tie-in characters might join the Avengers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe after Disney acquires Fox's television and film assets in late 2017. This news shook the industry, but Marvel fans were generally pleased about the prospect. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm are all ready to make their long-awaited comeback to the big screen. In addition to the X-Men, the Fantastic Four will make their long-awaited return with the X-Men. Despite 2 efforts, both of Fox's Fantastic Four movie ventures were unsuccessful, the first in 2005 and the second a decade later in 2015. Both adaptations of the novel were criticized by film reviewers and failed to appeal to audiences at the theaters. When contrasted with the continuity of the X-Men, Kevin Feige and his crew will have a far simpler time recreating Marvel's first family to exist inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Even though production on the upcoming Fantastic Four movie has already begun, we still don't know much about it other than that director Jon Watts has been brought on board. Even though Marvel Studios has not yet disclosed a release date for its Fantastic Four revival, a recent rumor from Variety suggests that the studio may do so shortly, even though Watts has commitments outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, such as executive producing Final Destination 6. His next project will likely be the reboot of the Fantastic Four franchise. On the other hand, the words reveal that there has been no decision made on the release date. Watts is riding high on the success of Spider-Man No Way Home, the last chapter of the Homecoming trilogy that featured Tom Holland in the role of Spider-Man inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The escapades of the teenage hero will continue in the series, and there are plans for a Spider-Man 4 to be made. But Watts' part in the story is now unknown. Instead, the director has just finished his first movie that did not include a superhero, an unnamed picture starring George Clooney and Brad Pitt. According to the latest piece, contrary to the widespread belief that this will take place before the relaunch of the Fantastic Four, it does not seem that this will be the case. Because of this, the likelihood that Marvel Studios will conclude Phase 4 with a relaunch of the Fantastic Four has increased. After all, now that the photo has been shown to the public, Kevin Feige and the rest of his staff are better positioned to know when the studio intends to release it. If what has been said is accurate, then the search for new actors to play the Fantastic Four may already be underway, and an announcement about the matter may be made in the coming months. It will be interesting to see whether Watts' version can finally nail a big screen representation of the Fantastic Four and cement the Fantastic Four as essential characters in the MCU moving forward. In any case, fans will be delighted to discover that it will be published sooner than expected, but it will also be interesting to see whether Watts' version can finally nail a big screen representation of the Fantastic Four smoothly, even though the movie had a difficult beginning. That's all for today's video. Tell us in the comment section how today's video was. I hope that you found this one interesting. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing for more, and don't forget to provide us with your valuable feedback. We'll see you in the following video with some more notable celebrities, facts, and stories. And until then, stay tuned.